All right, Shalom Yasharallah, Shalom to the elect nation of Israel. And before we go any further with this lesson, I want to open up by giving all praises, honor, and glory with infinite blessings unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rachahakwadash. Yahweh is the Heavenly Father's true name, of whom the people of this world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, of whom the people of this world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I also want to give double honors to our beloved elder bishops and to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, that Tishro and that Ruel, with much blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, to the Akim, why if you all quaff that are tuning in, why Akim, which are laboring sincerely and truthfully scattered across the four corners of the earth, wherever you may be. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatam, unto you and to your households. All right, as we're living in these evil days, these evil times. Okay. So it's so much going on, and it's only the 8th day of June, the new year of 2026. But we understand that everything that's taken place, it's already been written. The Lord already, ordained it from the beginning, and all we're doing at this point is stating the obvious, pointing out the obvious. Okay, these signs. All right, signs. All right, which show us where we're at, man, and ultimately how close we are to Yahweh Shai's return. So we got about 2 clips, a couple articles. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. And we're going to start off with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and verse 1. And it reads, "He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself." Okay, so let's see if we can grab this word real quick, diligently. All right, because this is what we're all supposed to be doing. Okay, diligently, because the scripture tells us that we all must work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay, so the book of Salakia, I'm so used to going into it, but diligently from the Google definition, it says in a way that shows care and consciousness in one's work or duties. Okay, the quality of wishing to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly, and this is the word for consciousness. All right, but basically we're supposed to be watching for these things and these signs. All right, because if you care about what's really going on, or if you're in the right mind, or you in the right headspace, all right, you're gonna watch carefully, okay, for these things that are taking place, because we understand where all these things are leading up to, and it's a commandment as well. All right, this is a commandment. 2nd Ezra 9:1 says, "He answered me then and said, Measure the time diligently in itself." And how are we measuring these times? It's through the scriptures, man. Through the holy scriptures, man, by the Bible. And it says, "And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before," which was already told to us, because these things, all right, the words of the Lord, which was written, those years, thousands of years ago, okay, in the times of when these prophets received of these visions, okay, and these words, It was written for our foretime. These things were already written, which are written for our learning, to let us see what we're seeing and understand what's going on. Verse 2 says, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time. All right, very same time for what? It says, wherein the highest, which is the highest is Yahweh. All right, it says, will begin to visit the world which he made. And this is what's going on currently, man. The Lord is visiting this world. There is no coincidence. All right, well, all these things are going on within 1 week, okay, of, not even just 1 week, the first week of January 2026. All right, so let's get a couple of these things, so we can get some articles after these videos to show you what's going on, man. If you're not paying attention or you're not watching for yourself, all right.
Fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and holy shit, there's a lot going on in the United States. Earlier this week, U.S. Secretary of Health RFK Jr. and the CDC announced a new government-recommended child vaccine schedule. He says you'll still be able to get all the vaccines you want. It's just a new recommended guideline. Then today, RFK Jr. and Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins announced new government dietary guidelines, including this new food pyramid. The U.S. Navy seized 2 sanctioned Venezuela-linked oil tankers. One was Russian and intercepted in the North Atlantic, and the other was an unknown origin and was seized in the Caribbean Sea.
All right, what's right here? What's going on with, Venezuela and America? These are, tensions that are taking place, which is only going to lead to wars. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, tells us that there will be wars and rumors of wars. So this is a sign as well.
President Trump did a lot today. He signed a directive to withdraw the United States from 66 international organizations.
Yeah, because what Babylon is doing right now is separating itself. Trump is basically, separating himself from the rest of these nations, in which only, man, hey, bro, it's only gonna, be to Esau's, downfall, man, his demise, because really it's the Lord setting them up, but through that pride, what he's doing, he's only moving further and further, not further, but closer and closer, to his judgment, man. Can't escape the Lord. The book of Deuteronomy, tells you that, that the hands of the Lord, those are, you can't outrun that, bro. And Esau, Edom knows that. This is why he's moving in this crash out type of manner, okay? Going to other countries and stealing, their leader, their ruler. All right, not only that, but, jacking their oil, taking their money. All right, and now saying that you want to move on to others like Cuba, Colombia. This devil's lost his mind, bro. But at the end of the day, it's just gonna, bring him. Everything he's doing is just gonna bring him, to that judgment seat, man, of the Lord.
Had a phone call with the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, and both Trump and Petro later said that the call was very productive and they both look forward to meeting each other in the near future. Trump also announced plans to ban institutional investors from buying single-family homes, and he also announced that he's going to request a $1.5 trillion military budget for next year, up from this year's $901 billion, due to these, quote, troubled and dangerous times. And in
troubled and dangerous time going into, war, because the spirit of war is in the air, man. Okay, so this is what we're seeing. Let's go to the book of Matthew real quick. the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And it reads, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars," in which there's many talks from, America, Colombia, all right, Cuba, Venezuela, Russia, China, all right, even speaking about potentially going to war, and how Iran, you see what Iran said. Let me see. Here it is. So it says, is Iran changing its defense doctrine? Amid rising external pressures and post-war vulnerabilities, Iranian authorities have released a statement hinting the country could act when it perceives clear signs of danger instead of waiting to be attacked, fueling debate over whether this posture makes conflict less likely or more risky. Basically meaning they ready, okay? And there's a lot of rumors going out saying how, all right, America, which it's not a rumor, man, it's going to, hit Iran with Israel, man. Okay. So it's just war, bro. Just more signs of the end. So here it is, AI overview. It says, based on reports as of early January 2026, Israel is actively preparing for potential further military actions against Iran, following a period of direct high-intensity conflict in 2025. So what does that say to you? If Israel is preparing, all right, to, attack Iran again, and Iran said, if rumors be heard or any clear signs come in that there's a possible attack on that nation, they're going to strike first. All right. So wars, man. Let's go to this Matthew 24, and we're going to read verse 6 again. And this is Yahweh Shai speaking. And it says, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. All right. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7 says, for nation shall rise against nation. Clear example. The U.S. against Venezuela. All right. And it says, in kingdom against kingdom, in which America, okay, all right, that king, that cruel Lord, all right, Donald J. Trump is basically, he's trying all these nations, man. And he's going against all these nations, basically doing what he wants, All right, and now they're planning to take over Denmark, or actually Greenland, okay, and invade, over there. So that's going to cause more tensions, man, between these nations. All right, and it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow. So these are all signs, but these are just all leading up to, more sorrows coming upon the earth. It's the beginning, man. Let's see what we get in here, man. This is from It Time headlines, all right? And it, bear with me for a second. Stupid ass app. The heading reads, Iranian foreign minister announces that Iran is ready for war. Iran's foreign minister has declared that the country is prepared for war if necessary, issuing a stark warning amid rising tensions in the Middle East and ongoing clashes involving Israel and its regional adversaries. Speaking publicly, he said Iran does not seek conflict, but is fully ready to defend itself and respond decisively to any aggression, adding that Tehran has planned for all scenarios and will not be caught unprepared, according to reports from the worldisraelnews.com, which we just read. So that's the source in itself. All right. So, hey, let's get this. Published the same day. Preparing for a major war. Trump calls for record 1.5 trillion defense budget. It says in a major policy announcement this week, President Donald Trump called on Congress to approve a record-breaking defense budget for fiscal year 2027, proposing that the United States, aka Babylon the Great, military spending be raised to 1.5 trillion. That figure represents roughly a 50% increase over the current defense appropriation, and if enacted, would mark the largest jump in military spending in decades. Yeah, because they're about to start going over there and fucking up shit, man. All right, I'm going in people's shit. All right, inciting and starting these wars, man. Tell you how they changed their how head of security, I think, changed name from Department of Defense to Department of War. Meaning they're not on the defense no more. They're not on the, all right, they're not on the defense no more, man. These people are on offense. But it says restoring the United States Department of War. Section 1, purpose. On August 17, 1889, 236 years ago, President George Washington signed into law a bill establishing the United States Department of War to oversee the operation and maintain military and naval affairs. When was this published? September 5th, 2025. All right. Let's see what it says. So it may be recognized by that title. See, yeah, we not reading all this shit. This is crazy. Actually, we can read it. It says, signed into law a bill establishing United States Department of War to oversee the operation and maintenance of military and naval affairs. It was under this name that the Department of War, along with the latter Foreign Department of the Navy, won the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II. Okay, they really didn't, but it says inspiring awe and confidence in our nation's military and ensuring freedom and prosperity for all Americans. The founders chose this name to signal our strength and resolve to the world the name the Department of War, more than the current Department of Defense. Okay, so it's showing you, man, what's going on. That, they ready to be the fucking devils they are. this is what's happening. This devil is about to show his horns, man, his wrath. Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Which that goes into us, man, the believers. All right. Of this truth, of this faith, of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakakodash. And it says, and ye that dwell in them. All right. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, which is going into the people. All right. The people of the world. Because we the ones that inhabit the earth, right? But it says, for the devil is come down unto you. Which this devil is speaking about. This devil, man. You saw Edom. Look how he just came down on that president in Venezuela. And now how they're proudly saying they're coming after Cuba. All right. Colombia. All right. Soon. Greenland. And more. All right. Running through these nations. And this is going to cause a deep hatred for the whore. All right. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Yeah. And he's moving the way he's moving so sloppily, you know, and really perfect because it's perfected, man. This devil, all right, they were made to be the wicked, man. And their actions and the things that they're doing is exposing who the wicked is that the Bible speaks of. Okay, Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. All right, how these people are the border of wickedness. Just look at this nigga Trump, man. But it's the reason why they're moving like this, going to these places, all right, and, you know, establishing their dominance and really, you know, stealing from these places, and then, you know, leaving these places all type of messed up, man. Okay. And it's because this devil's trying to build and bring forth, all right, that NWO. Okay. So this is what's going on, man. Let's get back into 2 Ezra chapter 9. I think we finished that off. So the book of Ezra, 2 Ezra chapter 9, and verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. All right, now there's an uproar in Minneapolis. All right, because some person got shot in the face by ICE. Woman got shot in the face by ICE, bro. ICE blasted this woman in her shit. Okay. So, yeah. That's that. And now there's a protest which will represent, you know, these it's uproars, man. Not only just this, man, but all around the world. Photos protests grow over the fatal ICE shooting in Minneapolis. Portland Border Patrol shooting. Minneapolis protests over ICE shooting. Outrage in Minneapolis. Protesters are rallying a few blocks from the street where an ICE agent fatally shot a Minneapolis woman. Okay. All right, look at all these people, man. People hold signs as they gather during a vigil for a 37-year-old woman who was shot in her car by a U.S. immigration agent, according to local and federal officials in Minneapolis, Minnesota, United States, January 7, 2026. So this is what's going on currently. All right. And it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High Yahweh, all right, Yahweh spake of those things from the days that were before thee. So even from the beginning, before we was even on the scene, man, the Lord already spoken these things and ordained these things to happen and to take place, all right, in our lifetimes. It says even from the beginning. And the point is, While we're seeing these things, verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. We're here, bro. This is the end. Okay, this is the end of the wicked being in rulership. This is the end of his pals, these heathens, coming up against Jake. It's the end of wickedness, man, as we know it. All right, starting with the man of wickedness, which is known as Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child, the Caucasian race. All right, and this is, it's only going to amp up more and more. I just wanted to speak on that, signs and, hey, prophecy, man, just prophecy all around the board. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And in closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory with infinite blessings unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah HaKodash. Next time I say Shalom, wow.